guys, this is Crafty Cat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. We are here. We are going to be working on this adorable little penguin Christmas card. This is one of a set of 8 pieces of cards that I got from BB Craft. So they sent me 2 sets of 8. So there's 2 of these. There's 2 of every card for 8 altogether. They're 2 complete sets and they were sent to me for free. But they were selling them for $18 American for the both sets, or it was 27 Canadian. But unfortunately, I got the last set, and they have not been restocked yet. So, yeah. But anyway, I thought we would do a little WIP Chat and completion all in one, because hopefully we'll finish this whole card today. And it's been a while. I haven't done a diamond painting with you since November. And today, as I'm recording, is December the 12th. Now, I'm not sure when this is going to go up on my channel because I have a lot of Christmas stuff to get out on the channel. I kind of got behind because I was doing that month with Diamond Grandma for her birthday for November. And that kind of got me behind on my Christmas content. So you guys are going to be seeing some Christmas content after Christmas. So I hope you don't mind that. I know I still feel very Christmassy until New Year. So hopefully you don't mind having Christmas content at least until New Year, the first week of January. Possibly after that, because I've got a lot of content that I've been getting ready. Anyway, we are going to be working on this little guy. I've got my light pad set up, and guess what time it is as I'm working? It is almost midnight. It'll be midnight in 10 minutes. I am not tired at all because I drank some Diet Pepsi, which I hardly ever drink. But I had a craving for Diet Pepsi, and I don't drink caffeine. Like, I don't have caffeinated coffee or caffeinated teas ever. I always drink herbal tea or decaf coffee. So I really am affected a lot by caffeine. So I am wired for sound right now. So you guys, hopefully you'll put up with me being a little bit wired. So anyway, grab a beverage of your choice too. Hopefully not caffeine, depending on what time you are watching this video. And let's work on this together and go grab a craft of your own or do some housework or just relax and, you know, whatever you want to do, that'll be great. So, and by the way, look at my adorable Christmas nails. Are they cute? I just love them. Look at the little Santa and the little reindeer. They're so cute. Some little candy canes. I love Christmas fingernails. And I got these wrapped off of Amazon, and they've been wonderful. Anyway, before we go, I want to show you that I have already kitted everything up on my own. There are 29 colors in here. And I also wanted to say, when I got this, let me try to close it without dumping anything out. This round container, yeah, I'm dumping everything out. It's really nice, but they should have a way to close this all up and then a zipper. See here? I don't know why they don't have a whole mesh with a zipper down the middle to open it, so that when you open and close things, they don't fall out. If I were designing something, that's what I would do anyway. Anyway, this kit came with this funnel. And I don't normally like funnels, but this funnel is great because it sits right in. Let me show you. It sits right in here and I don't have to hold it. I can just leave it and it stays there. And it makes it so easier. I have other funnels where they don't fit in and you just kind of have to hold it on top like this with one hand. So I don't use them because I'm too much of a klutz and sometimes I spill everything. But this is great. So I don't know what these are called, but they're foldable. So I didn't think I liked funnels for kitting up, but this one is awesome. So the last time I tried a funnel was about 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know. How old is this channel? It was like the first year that I started this channel. And I didn't like them. And it was not this kind of collapsible one. And it didn't fit in here. And it was a big pain in the neck. But this, it makes kitting up so much faster. And I didn't spill one drill, which was great. Because you know me. I usually spill everything. Anyway, let's work on this little guy. I don't know if I'll even need my light on my light pad, but it's nice to have the hard surface. Let's see. And my light pad is dying, just so you know. I'm going to have to buy a new one. I've got it taped right in here. So, I don't know. Do you think that helps? I'm not sure. And I've got my purple pen and my green and purple pen. And they match. And I have my big tray. And the kit that I have came with a really cute little heart trays, but I don't really use them. I don't know if it was this kit that came with it or something else. I can't remember. But anyway, so the stick is very good. So I always like to start with the big one. So let's do a number 26. And look what I did. I just shoved the bags in here so that if I have any extras, I don't have to waste containers to keep them. Because I always keep my extra special drills. And I had to buy like 2 extra containers to store them all in. So I think I'm just going to use my fingers for this one because it's so big. Oh, wow. The stick is amazing on this. Using my fingers was a bad idea. This is like a very sticky stick. And I guess it doesn't hurt that this is such a big base. That's good. As long as no weight is showing, that's fine. So, this was my favorite card. I think this one and the Nutcracker were my 2 favorite cards. Now, I'm not sure how many cards I'm going to do. Let's do number 1 now. I've got a lot of number 1. I've got this whole thing filled. And I also had to go and put this much in another one. So we'll use this first. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to do all 8 cards. Because I did want to try doing some watercolor cards this year as well. And I even have some wax to set the cards with. So that hopefully they won't get wrecked if it gets wet. Because, oh my gosh, we are having a snowmageddon. Every time I talk to you, I'm telling you, oh, we had a big snowfall. We had a big snowfall. We had a big snowstorm. It's just not stopping. There must be 5 or 6 feet of snow out there now. It's getting so bad. My dad has nowhere to put the snow after he uses the snowblower. And my dad is 85 years old, and he is out there snowblowing. And that is not something I can help him with. And I feel absolutely useless, you guys, because I have really bad asthma and allergies. Not that the allergies matter, but the asthma, I can't do a lot of physical things unless it's like a very slow, like I can go for a walk. I can go for a kayak. I can swim, but all of it slowly. I could ride a bike, but I can't do aerobics. I can't run or jog. I can't, use a snow shovel at all. Like I tried. I go out every year and I try, and within 2 minutes I'm having an asthma attack and I have to stop, take my Ventolin, and sometimes that doesn't work, and then I get lightheaded and I almost pass out and I'm wheezing and it's really bad. But anyway, so every year I say, Dad, let me hire someone, because I had my own house for years and years, right? And I've never in my life been able to do a driveway. So I've always hired a guy. And what I do is I hire the guy for the whole winter, because it's cheaper if you hire for the whole winter instead of hiring every time it snows. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people I know just want to hire every time it snows in hopes that it will be a mild winter, so it won't cost as much. Because when you pay for the whole year, you're paying, well, I think the guy that my aunt has now, he charges just $800 for her driveway. And her driveway is about the size of our driveway. And he's got a plow. And he also does the walkway. So I always did that too. And I think I also paid about that much. So, except for the one time I had the giant driveway. It was like the size of a city block, and that cost a lot more. But you know what? It was worth it because I can't do it. I've never had the option of not being able to hire. So I always tell my dad, I'll hire. He goes, I'm not an invalid. I can do it myself. And he gets really mad. And one time I hired someone as a Christmas gift for him. And this was several years ago. And he freaked out. He got really mad. And so did my mom. And the guy went for a week to their house. And then he called me and said, I can't go back. He said, your dad tries to get up earlier than I am. Then I get there. And he got there at 7 o'clock in the morning. So my dad hates mornings, but he was still getting up early so he could do it before the guy got there. And then told the guy he wasn't getting paid because he didn't get up early enough. And then they would like look at the clock, and my mother would tell the poor guy everything he was doing wrong. So he said, I'll do the week for free because I hardly ever did it anyway, because your dad kept getting up early. So yeah, so that was a bust. But now that my dad's 85, I thought, well, maybe he'll do it. So he's very prideful. So I said, Dad, listen, if you don't want me to pay the whole thing, let me pay half. I live here too. That'll be fair, right? And then I won't feel so useless because I absolutely feel I'm supposed to be helping them out. And like, my mom goes out there with a freaking shovel too. She's 80 years old. So my dad's on the snowblower and my mom's on the shovel. And I'm like, let's hire someone. And my mom's thing is that, well, they're not going to clean off the car. They're not going to, shovel the walkway. I go, yes, they will. I have always hired someone to do that. You might have to pay them a little extra, but they will, But they won't hear of it. So I don't know. So every winter, I'm inside, cozy and warm, and my parents are outside blazing blizzard storms and shoveling so much snow. And like the snowblower, my dad says, well, I just have to push it. And then if that's not enough, we have an elderly neighbor who's the same age as my dad. She's a year older, so she's 86. And he does her driveway too, because she can't do it. So he's like, and her driveway is also like a 2 or 3 car driveway. But he says her car is easy, her driveway, because she has no cars in the driveway. So he doesn't have to go around the cars. So he said it's faster. Plus he does the sidewalk between the houses. So I don't know. And I've gotten off on a rampage that I didn't mean to do. And I might even edit it out during editing. So you never know. If it's still here, I decided to just go with it. This is me on caffeine, you guys. But anyway, I've been busy in my own sedentary way, which means busy while sitting on my butt, basically. So I I knitted with a knitting machine 7 hats for my cousin's new baby, who is going to be born in January. And it sounds like, oh, well, it's a machine. All you do is crank it, right? But it's not as easy as you would think. It's still work. Like your shoulder hurts and I have to stop quite often. So it's not like a machine is doing it, like you're pushing a button and the machine is making it. No, it's more like, I don't know why they're calling it a knitting machine. I would say it's more like a weaving machine. It's like, remember when you were a kid and you had those round weavers and you could do crochet with them? It's very much like that, only there's a handle. And I actually used to have one with a handle when I was little. So it takes me about 3 hours to make one adult size hat. So I made 7 baby hats, which are faster. And so far I've made 19 adult size hats. And I need 25 adult size hats to give one to everyone that I give like little gifts to. And they're also going to get chocolates and a card and, little things like that. But I've been so busy trying to get those done. So I thought, you know what? I got to get some of these diamond paintings done as well. Because I have these cards. And I have some beautiful diamond paintings in my closet for Christmas. But they're big. They're the Make Market ones from Michael's that I got a few years ago. And one is a really beautiful Santa Claus that I've been wanting to do for years. And unfortunately, it wasn't a landscape, because if it would have been a Christmas landscape, I could have done that during Diamond Grandma's month and called it, because if it would have been a landscape, but I've already done the Christmas landscape ones that I have, so all I have left now is the Santa Claus, and it's like a close-up of his face, and I think I have a snowman. Yeah, I really wanted to do that. So next year we'll do that. And next year I am not, I really loved doing that, co-hosting with Diamond Grandma. It was awesome. I hope to do it again one day, but I hope, next year I remember not to plan anything for November, because I definitely need all of November to get my Christmas stuff ready. Doing it in December, it leaves me a little bit, stressed out trying to get everything done. But like I was saying, I made a card for my cousin for her shower, like a Christmas card to send along with her. I just did a very simple watercolor following a tutorial that I saw online. And I was really happy with how it came out. If I can find the picture, I'll put it right here. What do you guys think of that? Cute, eh? I mean, I'm not an artist, but I am learning and I'm having fun. So, and I probably should have added more, like now that I look at it, I think I should have added more pen. around the wreath portion of it and the bow portion, but I just used pen around the cat portion. But I thought, you know what, I wouldn't mind doing that again, and it didn't take me long, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I thought I could do a whole series of those and put different things inside the snow globe. Like the cat was the tutorial, but I thought I could put a dog in one, I could put a snowman in one, I could do different color cats and dogs and different like poses of snowman. I could put like a Christmas tree in one. So I thought that would be a lot of fun to do, but I just don't know if I'm going to have time to do it. But it is faster to paint a card than it is to diamond paint a card. So even though these do work up a little, they work up pretty quickly and they're beautiful. I think I might just do a few of these and then switch over to doing watercolor cards. And also I'm making some acrylic ornaments. I made some, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, for the tree, and my mom really liked them. I made her a set, and I made a set to give away, and people really liked them, and my mom would like more of those. So I started making some more of those, and I'm going to have to finish those, and I thought this year I wouldn't mind doing birds. I saw a tutorial, someone did birds, Angela Anderson, I think. So I saw that a few years ago, and I saved it, and I've always thought, yeah, like I would like to go back and do those birds. And I think I have enough experience now with watercolor that I've done 2 whole world watercolor months for the last 2 Julys that I think I could do the birds. So I've been looking on online for pictures of birds, which is ridiculous because I have so many pictures of beautiful birds that I've taken myself on my walks over the years. But I switched to a new computer. So for me to get to my old pictures, I'd have to fire up my old computer and then get one of those memory cards and then transfer them all from the old computer to the new computer. And oh God, it just seems like a lot of work. So I've just been looking online at pictures of birds because I don't want to do the whole bird anyway. I just want to do their faces. And my mom is losing her eyesight, unfortunately, and there's nothing the doctors can do about it. She's taking special eye drops, 2 different kinds every day, but she's going blind. And I don't know how long it's going to take for her to go blind, but I can really notice a difference in her eyesight. So I thought if I do the birds, I'm just going to do their faces really big. And I think that's what Angela Anderson did on her tutorial too. And that way my mom can see them better. Because if I just do small birds, she's going to have a hard time. So I think she'll like that. My mom, she really likes homemade gifts. She gets mad when I spend money on her. I did. I bought her a set of mixing bowls from Amazon. They're really beautiful. There'll be an unboxing on my channel if it hasn't already been out, you guys. They're such a beautiful set. I would have bought that for myself if I was still living in my house. It totally matches my old kitchen, the blue and the white. So, and she's been saying a few times, I've heard her complain that she needs more bowls. We only have 2 regular size mixing bowls and 1 giant mixing bowl. And my dad likes to cook and bake too, and sometimes they cook and bake on the same day. Totally different things. And then we run out of mixing bowls. And these ones came with lids. And I also got her some really beautiful Christmassy costume jewelry just to wear for Christmas and New Year's. She doesn't really wear jewelry other than that. She used to wear it when they used to go dancing when they were younger, but it's been a long time since they've done anything like that. They used to go to New Year's Eve parties all the time. My mom's older brother, Tony, used to play the guitar in a band. So they'd go out and listen to him play. And all of my aunts and uncles used to go together. And my mom is the youngest and the only girl. And she had 6 older brothers. And then all of their spouses, they would all go out. And then plus my dad's friends from Austria would go and like my dad's friend Nick and his wife. So there was a whole group of them that would hang out and go out everywhere. And they used to dress up. And I remember being a little girl and watching my mom get all glamorous. And, you know, she never wore makeup other than when they were going to these parties. And I just used to watch and think, oh, I can't wait till I grow up to go to these parties. And I went to a few parties when I was older. But by the time my friends and I were old enough to do that, I think that scene was over. It was more bars and clubs than parties at halls. Like my parents used to go to different halls. I don't know, people put on parties. Like it wasn't just a New Year's thing. So yeah, they used to have a lot of fun. They went out like every weekend. I made so much money babysitting once I was 11 years old and I got to take the babysitting test because I had lots of younger cousins. So I was babysitting at age 11. I think I was babysitting 4 or 5 times a week. So yeah, I made good. Well, back then it wasn't good money. It was like 50 cents an hour. But to me, it was more than I got for my allowance. So it was great. So yeah, they all went out all the time. I was in high demand. Plus, my cousins, they went to bowling and bingo and stuff like that. And their husbands all work shift work, so I would also go watch while they did that. And on Saturdays, I used to babysit Sundays for the whole day. Those were different times, I'm telling you, the 70s. And you know, I was always very mature for my age, I guess. So my uncles and cousins would come home drunk and they want to drive me home. And I'm like, no, I'm not getting in a car with you. You've been drinking. So I call my dad and make him come and get me. Because sometimes my cousins would say, oh, no, we're good. We can drive. We're fine. And then they were not good. I'd be terrified in that car on their way home. They were very different times. And I love to read. And my cousin Darlene, she was the best person to babysit for. My cousins Frank and Darlene. Because she would leave me a very clean house. So I never had to do housework when I went to her house. Like I'd get there and everything was beautiful. There wouldn't be dishes or laundry. My cousin Christine was terrible. She always left me dishes and laundry and she expected me to do that on top of the babysitting. And but Darlene, her house was clean. I was literally just there to babysit the kids. And they used to go out late. So by the time I got there, the kids were already in bed. And she knew I liked reading, and she'd always have a book for me to read, and they'd have like chips and Pepsi and or Coke or candy, and oh, I loved babysitting for them. They were awesome. But anyway, one time I was 12 years old, or maybe 13. I was under 14 anyway, because I started working at the library when I was 14, and I stopped babysitting. So you guys, she left me the book, The Exorcist. What year did that book come out? Anyway, I don't know if it was Stephen King, right? Or no, was it? No, it wasn't. Who was it? I don't know. It was like I can't remember who wrote it, but it was like a horror book. I was so scared the baby started crying, and I tried twice to go down the hallway to check on the baby, and I was so scared. And I read fast. Like I've always been able to read a book in one sitting or 2 sittings at the most. So yeah, I read that whole book and I was terrified to move. So the baby was crying, so I had to call my mother. I'm like, the baby's crying. You've got to stay on the phone. And the cord, back then, there were no mobile phones or cell phones. It was like a phone attached to the wall, but a lot of them had long cords. So she was yelling at me, don't be stupid. So she stayed on the phone with me, and I kept the phone cord as long as it would go, going down the hallway. And then I ran to go check on the baby, and she just needed her diaper changed. So, oh my gosh, it took me 3 or 4 times before I could get up the courage to do it. That was so funny. I can't believe she left me that book. I was just a little girl. It was a memory though. And I did develop a taste for horror mysteries after that. I started devouring Stephen King. When did Stephen King come on the when did he start writing? I can't remember. I think I was a little bit older when I discovered Stephen King. My favorite was when they would take me on holidays to babysit. So I got to go on some vacations with my cousins because that way I could babysit the kids in the hotel room and they could go down and have drinks and go dancing or whatever they wanted to do. But then they wouldn't pay me. They would just consider the free vacation and the free food on the vacation was my payment, which would have been fine if it was one set of cousins. But then the sets of cousins, like, they were all relatives. So, like, my cousin Frank, who was married to Darlene, was the brother of Christine, who was the one that always left me the housework. And her husband was a real, not a nice person. But, and then I would be babysitting for them, and that would be 4 kids. So, and then also my cousin Jeff, who was only 2 years younger than me, but he had a little sister. His parents didn't think he was old enough to watch his little sister. So I'd basically be watching everybody. So there'd be like 6 kids, but one was close to my age. So he would try to help out. But he never babysat before, so he didn't really know what he was doing. But he did try. He was a nice kid. We were friends when we were little. I really liked my cousin Jeff. He's doing really well now. He and his wife, they go on cruises constantly. I'm so jealous. I've only ever been on one cruise, and oh my gosh, it was fantastic. I went to the Caribbean, and I went swimming with the dolphins and snorkeling with the dolphins, and then I had a dolphin that was just a wild dolphin come up to me, like in Roatan Island. The dolphins there are not, like, they're volunteer dolphins. They work for fish. They're not kept in captivity at all. They're free to come and go as they want, which was so awesome. I loved Roatan Island. That was my favorite stop. Oh my gosh. I would go there again. It was so beautiful. It was like Gilligan's Island, it reminded me of. It was like that type of island. It was so beautiful. It was very hilly and tropical with beautiful beaches everywhere. I wanted to live there. I cried when I had to go home. I did not want to leave. Like, even just to go back to the ship. And my ship was beautiful, but I fell in love with that island and the dolphins. So anyway, the dolphins worked for fish. So I was working with this group, this guy, and there were a group of us, and he was talking about the dolphins and teaching us about the dolphins, letting us feed them fish. And this other dolphin that wasn't a part of the group kept coming up to me, and it kept swimming between my legs. And he says, well, he wants to take you for a ride. I said, well, what do I do? He goes, you could float if you want him to take you for a ride. So I had to float on my stomach and put my arms out and put my hands together like this, straight up above. And I didn't have a life jacket on or anything because I don't sink. I pop up like a cork. So anyway, the dolphin dove under me, and he came up so that his fin was like in between my hand and my face kind of thing. And he took me out to sea. And I'm like, oh my God, like, we were really far out. I thought, oh my God, this dolphin where is he taking me? So anyway, the guy that works with the dolphins was freaking out, and I could hear him calling, and I could see them they were starting to go into a boat. They were going to come and get me in a boat in case the dolphin left me way out in the deep. But he didn't, and I swear the dolphin was laughing, and he brought me back. That was like the most incredible experience I've ever had. It was just amazing. I love dolphins. I have always loved dolphins. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a marine biologist and work with dolphins. But I wasn't good enough at science to become a biologist. Science and math you needed. But yeah, I don't know. I think probably from watching all those movies with dolphins when little. There used to be a TV show about a dolphin. There were 2 of them I used to watch. I can't remember I think Flipper was one, and I can't remember what the other one was. Ocean's 11 maybe? I don't remember what it was called, but they lived in a submarine, and there was a dolphin that helped them. But yeah, that whole day that I was on Roatan Island, the dolphins were there. I think that we were there for 2 days because we went to land, and then we went and slept on our boat, and then we had another day at land at Roatan Island. It was gorgeous. I would love to go back one day. And you know what's really weird? Before I went on my cruise, I had been in the hospital. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I went on the cruise. I had the dream of going on a cruise for years and years and years, at least 10 years. And none of my friends could ever go with me. They had to work, or they had kids or whatever. Couldn't afford it, And I couldn't either. Like, I put the whole trip on my credit card. But anyway, I got very sick. I used to get sick all the time and get hospitalized all the time with my asthma. So anyway, I was in the hospital for a few weeks. I was on prednisone. I was on oxygen. I was on like really high doses of all my asthma meds and extra asthma meds and antibiotics and you name it, right? So anyway, my friend had died a little bit earlier that year. And she was young. She was just a few years older than me. And then my friend's brother's wife died, and she was only maybe 6 years older than me. And then I was in the hospital very sick and struggling to live, basically. I mean, because if you can't breathe, you're out of luck, right? And I thought, you know what? They died, and they didn't get to go on a cruise, and I'm going to die one day, and I won't have gone on my cruise. So I said to the doctor, when do you think I'll be out of here? He said, why? I said, I'm going on a cruise as soon as I get out. He goes, you can't do that. I said, oh, watch me. So anyway, I called my friend Lori's aunt, was a travel agent at the time. And I said, listen, I found one ship that is completely smoke-free. It's called the Paradise, and it's a Carnival cruise line. They don't allow any smoking. This is the only ship I can go on. I said, do you think that when I find out what day I'm getting out of the hospital, you can get me on that ship within 2 days? And she said, yes, I can. So I said, okay. I said, I'll call you when it looks like I'm getting out of the hospital. So that's exactly what I did. I got out of the hospital. My parents already had my dogs and my birds because I was in the hospital. So I didn't have to worry about them. And I had my neighbor feeding my fish. So I didn't have to worry about the fish or the plants. So I got out of the hospital. I went home. I packed, I slept, and the next day I was going to the airport and heading out to my cruise. So I probably wouldn't have ever bitten the bullet and gone on a cruise completely by myself if I wouldn't have been so sick and, you know, had all that happening. I don't know why I'm talking about what I'm talking about. What got me onto this track? Do you know? I apologize, you guys. Caffeine. I don't think I'm going to be asleep at, until 4 a.m. at this rate. I know caffeine really, really affects me because I hardly ever drink anything with caffeine. And I know I should get the caffeine Pepsi, but my dad brought this home for me and I'm going to drink it anyway. Excuse me. I love Diet Pepsi. And you guys, I hardly ever drink either. I only have a drink like on my birthday or at New Year's or Christmas. Like, I'll have 1 or 2 drinks at the most. And, yeah, it really affects me because I never drink. So, my friends love me. You're a cheap drunk, Kathy. My friend Lori, she can drink quite a bit. And she doesn't feel it. And she can't get over how fast it affects me. Let's do number 2 now. How about number 2? I think number 2 is one of the real pretty colors. Wait. I've got 2 whites. I think this is the pure white. And this is the sparkly white, the Aurora Borealis. So, yeah, we're not doing the we're not doing the Aurora Borealis right now. We're doing the regular number 2, and I had some extras. So, let's use the extras up so I don't forget that these are number 2 and not number 3. Excuse me, you guys, I have the hiccups. It seems like every time I do a video, I get the hiccups. I wonder if it's the way I'm breathing when I'm talking, like if I'm gulping air or something. I don't know. It seems very odd that I would only get maybe I only notice I get the hiccups when I'm recording. Maybe I get them during other times and I just don't pay attention because I'm not recording a video, so it doesn't matter. I'll try to become aware of that. So you guys, if you're new, I would like to say that I am not usually this chatty, but that would be a lie. Those of you who've been here for a while know that I am pretty chatty. So, yeah. I would love to be one of those YouTubers. I watch some YouTubers, and I love watching them because they're so calm, and they're so gentle, and they make me feel really calm and just relaxed listening to them and watching them, and they have such a gentle, beautiful demeanor. And I've always aspired to be like that, but it never quite panned out. I am a very hyper person, and I guess, you know what, I'm 6 years old, so I don't see that changing anytime soon. Even without the caffeine, I'm pretty hyper. That's just me. And I fit in with my family. We're all a little bit hyper. And you know, I'm one of the more calm ones in my family. My dad used to be really calm, but now he's not anymore. You should have heard when my uncles were all alive. Oh my gosh, my mom's side of the family is Italian. My mom's Canadian. She was born in Canada, but her parents were from Italy. And my dad, he's Austrian. He was born in Austria. So both sides of the family are very loud, very vocal, and very passionate about every topic known to man. And everyone in our family has very, very strong opinions. So yeah, family gatherings in my house were very lively and never quiet. And I was always considered the quiet one. So nobody else considers me the quiet one, but in my family, I was considered the quiet, non-talkative one. But mostly that was because I could never get a word in edgewise. So yeah. And to be fair, I was very shy when I was a little girl. I'm still shy, but I think it's more social anxiety now. I like a small group of people I'm okay with, but I don't like giant, large groups of people. And I tend to pick up the moods of other people, which I don't like, and I wish I could stop doing it, but I do. I'm like an emotional sponge, which is why I really love the YouTubers that I watch who are so calm and collected, and it helps me, I think, to regulate my own emotions. Isn't this cute? Oh, and you know what I wanted to talk about? Where do you guys all live? I know I'm in Canada. I'm in Northern Ontario, Canada. So there's nothing exciting happening here other than the snow. But a lot of people in the States are seeing mysterious lights in the sky. And some of them are saying they're drones, and some people are saying they're helicopters or planes, and some people are saying they're mystery drones, and nobody knows where they're. Have you been following that story in the news? New Jersey, I think, has been getting tons and tons. So I have a Facebook friend, and she'd been going out every night and filming the sky and seeing like all these lights. And tonight they were like right above her house, and some of them do just look like big drones, but some of them look really weird. If I were living in New Jersey, I would be out there every night making videos about the lights in the sky. I find that fascinating. I used to love the X-Files. I wish there was a real Mulder and Scully out there looking into this. Like, I'm sure they're not aliens, but who knows what it would be so cool if they were aliens, but what are the odds that if there were aliens, they'd be friendly? Probably not very good. I mean, we're earthlings. We're humans, and we're not that friendly to each other, so there's always wars and strife. So what are the odds that bringing another race in would work out well for anyone? But I still think it's just really cool. I like science fiction and fantasy, and that's like my favorite genre, so I'm very, very interested in the lights. My friend Lori thinks it's just the government in the United States that are lying about everything, and they're just testing their own military drones. She's been living in the States for a long time. And I think now that so many more people are looking up at them, they are getting videos of planes and helicopters and regular drones. But that doesn't mean that there's not also those other drones that started it all, you know? Look how cute that is looking. There, let me bring it closer so you can see it better. Let me turn off the lights so you can see it a little bit better. What do you think? Isn't that cute? So cute. I do love diamond painting. So I have to make a few more hats. I have to paint those acrylic wood ornaments for my mom and dad. I want to make some watercolor cards. And if I have a chance, I want, do you remember when I did the unboxing? I can't remember if it was from BB Craft or if it was from that other company that sends me stuff. Gosh, I'm drawing a blank right now. They have like the same stuff as BB Craft. Why can't I think of the name? I really like them. They're awesome. Anyway, both the companies sent me very similar things. And they sent me, one company sent me embroidered necklaces. And I did one of those on my channel. But another company sent me different embroidered necklaces, like their lockets, in a different color. And I was thinking I would like to do one of those for my cousin, Joni, because she has informed me she does not want a hat or a scarf or anything knitted because she won't wear it. So she doesn't want me to waste my time or my money on that. Because I did ask my cousins if they wanted one, because I wasn't going to go and spend all this time and money. Yarn's not cheap. And I made sure to buy soft, really nice yarn. So yeah, so it was nice that she told me, because I didn't want to, So I thought I would make her that pendant instead, or that, like, locket. I don't know what you would call it. But I don't know where I put it. It's driving me crazy. I found the yellow ones with the sunflowers, but I've made one of those already. I mean, I didn't give it to her, so I could still make one and give it to her. I made one for my mom. But the other one has red in it, and I thought that would be perfect for Christmas season. And I put it away so that I could do it, and I don't remember where I put it. And I don't understand how that could happen, because there's not a lot of places it could be. It's either going to be in my closet, in my craft room, or in the giant pile of stuff I have next to my bed. I bet you it's in the giant pile of stuff. Maybe it fell down in behind the, I have like a little dresser next to my bed, and I have my lamp is there, and then I have like a million tons of craft supplies piled on top. So it could be that it fell behind. I'm going to have to somehow see, because I thought that wouldn't take too long. I could do that in one sitting, and it would make a nice gift to give to her. Yeah, I'm running out of time. Like, yeah, I'm very much running out of time. See that? It's after midnight now. It is 2:31. So today, now it's officially Friday the 3rd. Oh my gosh, it's Friday the 13th, you guys. So in 2 weeks from today, Christmas is going to be over already. Oh my gosh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's only 12 more days till Christmas. That means there's only 11 more days till Christmas Eve. I gotta get my act in gear. I'm gonna have to keep drinking the caffeine, you guys. To stay up late. I always crash after New Year. For a week, I barely get out of bed. Because I only, like, get 5 or 6 hours sleep trying to do all my crafts in time. And I don't have to do this. I could definitely go out and buy a nice little gift for my cousins. I don't have to spend a lot of money. And I do. I buy them little chocolates and and it's not always cheap because some of my cousins are diabetic, but they love the diabetic chocolate, so I buy them that. Yeah. I'm just very lucky that they do like getting the homemade stuff. Sometimes they'll call me and say, can you make me this? Can you make me this? And I'm like, wow, they really think I can make anything now. And I can't. Like, my cousins will call me, my younger cousins, can you crochet me this? And like, it'll be a name I've never heard before. Like, one of my cousins called and she said, oh, can you make, I don't remember the name of it. And it turned out it was a Pokemon. So I don't know anything about Pokemon. So I had to Google it. So I said, yeah, I think I can probably make that. So she was very happy with that. And then I had another cousin who wanted me to make a cat that was the nemesis of Garfield to take on her trip last year because she was going to Abu Dhabi. And she wanted to take this cat, which apparently Garfield always threatened to mail to Abu Dhabi. Nirmal. His name was Nirmal. So I had never heard of that, but she came prepared. She knew I would have never heard of that. Because she said, oh, do you remember Garfield? I said, well, yeah, I remember the comic strip, but I don't remember the characters other than Garfield and his dad. So she took some pictures of it and sent it to me so I didn't have to Google it. So she was very happy with her Nirmal cat, which actually is on my channel somewhere. And I think I put even pictures of the cat in Abu Dhabi that she was pretending to mail it. That was really cool. And my cousin right now, Melissa, and her husband Steve, the one that wanted the cat to go to Abu Dhabi, they're in Australia now. And oh my gosh, Australia is someplace I would really love to visit. I would love to see all the animals on the one hand. Like, I love Australian animals and birds. Oh, can you imagine just going outside and seeing parrots? Like, I can only see parrots like in a pet store and, well, my own house because I have a parrot. But, you know, they're not something that you just see outside here. That'd be so cool. But also, I'm terrified of spiders. And they have giant spiders over there. So that would not be fun. They have big snakes too, and I should be afraid of snakes because they're poisonous. Like, I don't love snakes, but I'm not terrified of them either. But yeah, I'd be terrified of the spiders. Okay, so are you guys still with me? This is going on a long time, and I can't believe my camera didn't shut itself off. So let's put in the stars next. We'll finish the scarf. The stars are number 28. Do you guys ever get really itchy inside your ears? My ears are so itchy, and I don't know why. Look at, I just shoved the bag in here. 1, 2, 3. I need 3 stars. I think they give me 5 or 6 stars. And I do believe I have some extra stars from one of my other ones, but I don't know if they're the right size. It was the rooster that we did in November. I'm pretty sure it had stars, didn't it? Maybe not. Ah, it's so satisfying. Boom. Now, you know what's really missing from this video is Smokey. Because right now, she would be saying, right along with me. She loves sound effects. Oh, I have to tell you something funny that Smokey said. Hang on. Let's do number... I want to do number 7 next. So, my dad, I have to tell you, we have an Alexa, I don't want to say her name because she'll start responding, in every room in this house almost, because I bought one for Smokey, and then my mother loved it, so I got one for my mom, I got one for my Uncle Buck, I had one for me, then I got one for my craft room so I could listen to Osmond music while I paint. It's my favorite thing to do. And although now I'm listening to Osmond Christmas music while I paint. And so anyway, but after my uncle passed away, he had an Echo and an Alexa. And an Echo is just a bigger version, like it's with the screen, and he named it Echo. You can name them anything you want, but all of ours but one are named Alexa, right? So I put my uncle's old one in the basement for my dad, but my dad hates music. So, and it comes on anytime anyone on TV says it, or sometimes when I'm upstairs, if I say it and his hears me, it'll start playing music, and he watches TV religiously and he doesn't want to listen to music. So he keeps unplugging it, and I guess my mom keeps plugging it in. Like, it has to be my mom. So today my dad was complaining about it. So I'm in the kitchen, he's in the living room, and we're yelling back and forth to each other. I'm making my coffee, my decaf, and Smokey's in the bird room. So we're all on the main floor, and my mom is either upstairs or downstairs. I don't know, but she wasn't there. So my dad's like, who keeps plugging in my Alexa? I don't want it plugged in. And I said, well, don't look at me. I don't even go down there. Smokey yells, well, it wasn't me. We cracked up laughing. Smokey, for those of you who don't know, is an African gray parrot. And she has the uncanny ability to chime in on our conversations and make absolute sense. And even though I've had her for over, I got her in 1990, and it's going to be 2025, so almost 35 years, you guys. I've had this parrot. And it still freaks us out when she does stuff like that. She does it all the time, like every day. But it freaks you out that a parrot is contributing to a conversation. Like, she also does parrot things, like repeating things and barking and laughing and whistling. But every day she says something that makes perfect sense, and it freaks us all out. We crack up laughing. She's funny. So my mom's been making my dad too, because he likes baking. They've been baking every day. So I'm going to weigh 5,000 pounds by the time Christmas gets here. And this happens every year. Because my favorite thing in life is a cookie fresh out of the oven. So, and my mom, they make them 2 weeks before Christmas usually, or, well, 12 days now. But they started at like 2 weeks before Christmas. So I don't like a stale cookie. I like a fresh cookie. By the time Christmas rolls around, I'm not too thrilled about the cookies. Even though my mom freezes some of them and everything. Number 19. They're still very good, but they're not as good as when you take, So today she made peanut butter cookies. So she said she didn't put a lot of sugar in them. They're low sugar because my dad's diabetic, right? So well, great. I'll give one to the bird because the bird loves cookies. So I said Smokey, and she gets a Maria cookie every night because she's spoiled. And the vet said it wouldn't hurt her because they're low sugar, and Smokey has trouble gaining weight. So I have to basically, she has her special, it's kind of like a bird cereal. They're not seeds. It's like a special cereal mix that's like vet recommended. It smells like fruit. And it's got all of the vitamins and minerals that a parrot would need. Plus she gets fresh fruit and vegetables, every day. But she also gets whatever she wants because she's so thin and I want her to gain weight. So I gave her a small peanut butter cookie, and it was still warm. Not hot, but warm. And my mom puts a nut right in the middle of it. I think it was a walnut. So they're very pretty looking, and they're so good. And they're not too sweet, which is like they taste more peanutty than sweet. So when Smokey really loves something, she does the Robert, which is she touches food under her chin before she eats it. So I knew for a fact she was going to do the Robert because she does it every year for the Christmas cookies. So sure enough, she did the Roberts. I go, Ma, come in. She's doing the Roberts. So we were laughing. She's so funny. And I've much have watched Everybody Loves Raymond like hundreds of times by now. And so Smokey has also watched Everybody Loves Raymond. So I don't know if she learned it from watching the show and watching Robert eat, or if that's just something parrots naturally do. They tuck food under their chin, maybe to guard it when they really like it. But she does it between every bite. And she doesn't do it with like other food. Only with special food that she really loves. So it's really funny. But a couple days ago, my parents made Thai plates. We only call them Thai plates in Sault Ste. Marie. I think everyone else in the world calls them pazzellis. But they're Smokey's favorite treat of Christmas. So, and there hardly any sugar in there. They're high protein. I'll put a picture here. That's Smokey with her Thai plate, you guys. So they're called Thai plates in my city because the Italian immigrants who came here from Italy to settle didn't bring they're called pizzelli machines. So they used railroad ties to make them. So then they started calling them Thai plates. So everyone in Sault Ste. Marie calls them Thai plates. So I didn't even know until I moved to Toronto years ago that they had another name. Because at Christmas I was trying desperately to buy Thai plates and nobody knew what I was talking about. So, yeah. It's pretty cool, huh? I can't believe I'm still talking. Are you guys still here? What are you working on today? Are you ready for Christmas? Do you celebrate Christmas, or do you celebrate Hanukkah or Diwali or Kwanzaa, or I'm sorry, I'm not up on any more celebrations. I can't remember them all. But whatever you celebrate, or even if you celebrate nothing at all, I hope that you are having a nice time. Diwali is a lovely celebration. Back when I was teaching grade 3 years and years ago, we studied world celebrations as part of my class because I had a multicultural class and I didn't want any of the kids to feel excluded. So I sent a letter home to the parents asking if this would be okay with them. I said, we have a class with lots of different nationalities and cultures and lots of different celebrations, and I thought it would be fun to learn about what we all celebrate. Not to make everyone celebrate what other people don't celebrate, not that, but just to learn about it. And I asked the parents if they'd be willing to come in and tell stories or teach us some songs if they have songs for their celebration or whatever they thought might be cool, or bring things in and show us. And the parents were all on board except for one family. Their kids were Jehovah's Witness, and they just asked if their kid could go to the library during that class. So I felt bad for that kid, but it was up to the parents, right? Whatever they wanted. I just suddenly got worried that I was doing 16 instead of 19, but no, I am doing 19, so it's all good. But anyway, that was such a fun class, and the kids and the parents really got into it. I had a lot of parent volunteers come in and tell stories and teach songs, and we even were invited to do it at our annual Christmas concert, to do like different songs from different nationalities and different forms of celebration. It was a lot of fun. And my principal found out that I played the guitar a little bit, but I was never really good. Like, I was never a solo guitar player. I could play in the choir and strum along with other people, but I was never strong enough to, I didn't feel, to carry a song on my own. And I'm also not strong enough to sing on my own. I'm too shy to do that. She made me. She goes, you have to do it. You're having other people, you have to do a Christian song for everyone. I'm like, oh my God. I said, well, I sing in a choir. I can do that. I'll teach the kids a song. So we did, You Can Give No Greater Love. It's a really pretty song that we used to sing. And I said, this is what we sing to celebrate, the meaning of Christmas. And I don't know. Or maybe it was Easter. It might have been Easter. I can't remember now. It was one of the holidays anyway, because we did it year round, whatever the holidays were. But anyway, everyone in the whole auditorium, no matter what their nationality was, like, a lot of them were in tears. People were very moved. They all came up to me after saying they loved it. And all my kids sang with me, but I almost didn't do it because I was so nervous. And at the last minute, I found a teacher who played the piano, so I didn't feel so bad that I said, well, that way if I make a mistake on the guitar, maybe her piano will drown me out. Because when I get nervous, I make more mistakes. But I didn't make any mistakes, and it went really well. And the kids, they sounded like angels. You know those little third grade voices, right? Grade 3. So cute. But anyway, when I was teaching about, some people say Diwali, I was taught, and other people say Diwali, and I don't know what is right. And I've seen both spellings for it, so I still don't know which way is the right way, or if there is a right way. But anyway, they do the lights, and they have these adorable little lamps. So for part of that, I was cutting out the lamps. So I had one lamp that I drew, and then I traced it onto a cardboard, because all the kids were going to have their own lamp. I can't remember what I was doing with the lamps or why I needed them, but I needed them for something. So, I'm a teacher. I don't want to waste paper. So I was putting those lamps as close to each other and tracing them as close to each other as I can, because I didn't want to waste paper. So I had a little boy named Harmon helping. No, was it Herman or? I can't remember the name of the little boy who was helping me. He was a really nice little boy. He was very tall for his age, and he was very mature for his age. Real smart little boy. So he was helping me cut, handing them to me, and I can't remember. He wasn't cutting. I was doing the cutting. So I remember thinking, I hope, I'm Catholic. I hope God doesn't mind that I'm doing all these different celebrations. Like, I can't imagine that he would, right? To me, God is God, but whatever. And so I'm thinking this, and I'm cutting out all these little lamps, and the paper waste is falling in my lap, and I'm sitting cross-legged on the floor with this kid. I think it was a recess break that I was doing this, and he couldn't go out for recess that day because he wasn't feeling great. You have to understand it was a long time ago. But anyway, I'm getting to the part that I remember perfectly now. So anyway, I was thinking this thought about God and what he thinks, and the little boy goes, Miss, look, and he pointed at my lap, and he picked up one of the papers that had fallen from the cardboard that I was cutting out, it was the perfect shape of a chalice in my lap. I had a lap full of chalices from the waste paper from the lamps. And to me, that was God saying, I'm all the same God. People just worship me differently. Don't worry about it. So anyway, I put all of the little, they were like perfect, you know, like if you're Christian, you know, when you go up for the communion, the chalice. They were perfectly shaped chalices. I couldn't believe it. I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't even notice that when I was tracing the little lamps, that it was making the, you know, in the negative space, those shapes. So I was amazed. So I brought it to my my priest. I put them all in an envelope, and I brought it, and I told him the whole story, and he wrote a homily about it. So I got to hear about my class in church, which was really cool. Yeah, that was fun. What do you guys think about that? It's pretty cool. This is adorable. We're almost done. Only 2 more colors, 1 and 6, and we're done. You know, I've forgotten more than I ever knew. I used to know so much when I was a teacher, and you'd think it would stay in your brain, but it really doesn't. Like, for instance, I taught a unit about beavers, and it was one of my favorite units because I really, like, I'm Canadian. I know that sounds weird, but the place where I go for my walk has a beaver pond, and I love going to watch the beavers. I think they're really cool animals. I mean, they're engineers, but they're rodents, but they're engineers. Like, they can do really nice engineering work. It fascinates me. So anyway, I taught a whole unit on that. I remember nothing. The other day I was talking and I couldn't remember the word den for beaver den. I'm like, I used to know everything there was to know about beavers, and it's just not in my brain anymore. Gone. So we did Pioneer Life one year, and that's all gone. Gone. Just gone. Where does it go? I don't know. And even memories that I think I remember really clearly, sometimes I just remember that, like that portion of them, like for the Diwali one, I remember the chalices in my lap. And when the little boy pointed them out, just being amazed. There were about 8 or 10 chalices sitting in my lap, and I was cutting out the lamps for the other religion. Like, I remember that part as clear as day, but I can't remember, like, a lot of the other stuff, like the little boy's name. I can see him. I can see him as clear as day. Beautiful little boy, tall, dark hair, gorgeous little boy. Cannot remember his name. And I really like that kid. We're almost done. Memory is such a weird thing. And I find when I'm editing my videos, especially when it's an art video, like when I'm trying to make art, I use the wrong words so much, and I don't notice while I'm talking. I only notice it when I'm editing. And it freaks me out. And I'll say the word with such confidence, and it's the total wrong word. I'm like, Kathy, what are you doing? So if you've heard any wrong words here, I apologize. I think part of my brain goes on vacation. I don't know. That's pretty. This has taken me a long time. How long have we been recording now? 1 hour. Okay, not that bad. 1 hour and almost 4 minutes. Like, that's a long video, and long videos do not do well on my channel. And I've been doing a lot of long videos. It's a pain in the butt, because I'll do a video that it takes me an hour to record it, and then it'll take me like another hour or more to edit it, and then upload it, and I'll get like 20 views if I'm lucky, maybe 30 views. And then I'll record a Temu unboxing for something that cost me like 35 cents on Temu, and I'll get like 150 views. I'm like, what? I don't understand. I put so much work in this other one, no views. This other one, yeah, here, look what I got on Temu. Cool, right, bye. And like, it's a 3-minute video. I guess people like 3-minute videos. I should be doing shorts of all of these. I don't like doing shorts because I have to change my camera angle. I guess a lot of people watch these on their phone, right? Instead of, I watch everything on my laptop, so I like the landscape angle. But I guess the people who watch shorts are doing the vertical, like up and down angle. So for me to do shorts, I have to re-record part of my video with my phone in a different position. I wish they would let you do shorts in a different angle, because then I'd be fine. But we are done. I forgot to turn the light back on. Look how cute that is. Isn't he cute? Look at the sparkle. What time is it now? It is 12:53 a.m., you guys. Almost 1 a.m. Am I tired? Not at all. But look at the sparkle. He is so cute. So this is going to my best friend, Lori. Or maybe it will go to her daughter. Because her daughter loves penguins. It might go to Nicole. It's either going to Lori or Nicole. But look how cute that is. I love penguins. Look at the sparkle, and look how nice it looks when you add the different gel. I'm going to move this over a little bit. It's in the right position. It's on the line, but I feel like it should be over a little bit more, but I guess it doesn't have to be actually even. I'm learning in art that when things are perfectly perfect, they look like they're man-made or like AI, and it's better when there's little mistakes, which is a good thing to learn because it's easy to make little mistakes. That's a nice thing. Look how pretty. I love it. Anyway, you guys, we are finally at the end of this very long video. I apologize. I will try not to drink Pepsi before doing the next video. But you know what? I'm probably going to drink Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, before the next video. Because I have an entire case of it. And I can't get a lot of sleep for the next 2 weeks. Because I have so much stuff to do. I'm going to have to only get 5 hours sleep a night to try to get everything done. Okay. So yes, I apologize. You're going to be seeing a lot of hyper videos. But they'll probably be followed by some very mellow videos later on in the year. And I saved some camp videos that we can watch in February. Because I hate February because winter's so long here. So I saved some camp videos on purpose so we could watch them together in February. And I can remember how nice it is to sit by the lake and not see like 6 feet of snow everywhere I look. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give me a little Santa Claus thumbs up. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of those good things that help me as a channel. And most importantly of all, take care, stay safe, and happy crafting. And look how cute he is. He's so cute. Bye, guys.